Hello and a very warm welcome back to the Potters Pundits. And you know what? How good does it feel coming off the back of a huge 2-0 win against Middlesbrough? A huge team performance, a fantastic result. And you know what? The performances haven't been bad recently. They really haven't. It's just the results haven't gone our way. This time they did. And you know what? It could have been many more. It could have been 3 or 4-0, but a huge 3 points going into a very tough game against Leeds. But you know what? Very optimistic, feeling good, and it's going to be quite a quick preview this one because you didn't really want to chop and change. Unless there's injuries, I enjoyed the performance. Excited for tomorrow, so let's head straight into it. So going into this game and looking at it, I think it'll be a really tough test. We all know it will be. At Ellen Road against a Leeds side that have bags of quality. But you know what? After a huge team performance from the Potters, why can't we take at least a point or even 3? I'll absolutely take a point. I really will, I think, against a real tough side who have a point to prove. I think it's all up for grabs. But you know what? A huge game, and I am optimistic for it. I must admit, if we can battle against a tough Leeds side, then why can't we get 3 points? But it's all to play for. I mean, the likes of Rutter, Nonto, of course Archie Graves, a fantastic youngster. They've got so much quality, especially on their bench as well. So it's going to be a real tough game, and they've got a point to prove. After a 1-1 draw with Huddersfield, drop points in what's a very tight automatic promotion race. For me, they're going to have a point to prove in front of a home audience. But if we can ruffle a few feathers, then hopefully the crowd get a little bit agitated and hopefully we can have a lot more chances. After that team performance, I'm really optimistic. I'm looking forward to it and thinking about the game, how I expect it to go. I think both teams will have chances. They really will. I think Leeds maybe will create a bit more, maybe open our defence a lot more than Middlesbrough, but we'll stay tight. We've got our clean sheet in the bag now. And you know what? It'll be an exciting one, but hopefully we can get a clean sheet. And a point on the road against a very tough Leeds side will be absolutely massive. Going into a very tough run of games who, you know what? Maybe aren't as good as Leeds. So if we can get a battling performance against a tough side going into the following games, will be absolutely huge. The way I see it for this game, I'm going to go for a 1-1. Maybe a little bit optimistic. I think both teams will have chances. I think if we can battle, and like we did against Middlesbrough, a proper team performance, ruffle a few feathers, hopefully we can get more chances, battle as a team, and we've got the quality. We've seen it from Junho and Manouf. Hopefully we can whack it in the back of the net. But for me, I'd absolutely take a draw any day of the week. So on to the lineup now, and I'm going to go for an unchanged team. I think Schumacher will be really pleased with every single player on that pitch. Quite a quick preview of the lineup, but you know what? I really did like that performance. Every single player did what they needed to do, both defensively and attacking wise, and we got that clean sheet. We got the 3 points, and we go into a game against a very tough Leeds side with a bit more optimism. So in goal, Daniel Iverson, superb performance against Middlesbrough. He didn't have loads to do, in all fairness, he really didn't, but he had that massive moment in the first half where they got through our defence and he saved it, and it could have easily, they swatted it away and could have been a total different game, but he stood strong, he saved it, and it meant that, you know what, we got the 3 points. Didn't have loads to do, got his clean sheet, and hopefully he can get another. I think he'll have a lot more saves to make against Leeds, but you know what, if he can make big saves like that, I have full faith. Onto the back four now, and of course it was a fantastic display. They got the clean sheet, every one of them did their role and did it well, and you know what, it was really good to see a back four that was nice and strong, but also nice and attacking. In all fairness, looking at our fullbacks, Lyndon Gooch and Keanu Hoover, I thought they were fantastic, especially Hoover. I mean, that attacking outlet that he brought, that kind of link up with Manu was superb. I really enjoyed it, and it's good to see him playing back to how he was, like that first season that he had at Stoke. It was really good. And of course, the two at the back, I thought they were fantastic. A little bit sloppy first 10-15 minutes, but they were absolutely solid after that. Really good. Made sure that they kind of didn't really do much, Middlesbrough. They really did. So a really solid back line. I think they'll be tested a little bit more with the kind of quality that Leeds have. Hopefully, it'll be another clean sheet, but it's a very risky ask. But you know what? Full faith in this side and a very strong back line. So an unchanged midfield three of Wouter Berger, Lewis Baker and Josh Laurent, and all three of them really did show what Stoke are made of. Fantastic performances from all three of them. A really solid midfield. When we're on about that identity of Stoke, of who we are, that hard-working team, they did all three. They were really, really good. I really enjoyed their display, and it was so good to see Lewis Baker getting on the score sheet again. But I really do think they could really take this game against Leeds if they turn up and show their quality like they did against Middlesbrough. I have no doubt that we'll have quite a few chances, but sometimes in games like this, it's who turns up, who has that quality in the midfield, or who's going to control the midfield. And yes, there will be lots of quality in that Leeds midfield, but so have we. And finally, on to that attack. The front three had a superb, every single one of them had a superb game against Middlesbrough. I really, really enjoyed it. Starting with Jun Ho, I mean, what a goal. Fantastic goal. Great strength, great composure, and he really did slot it away fantastically. And Luke Ayling didn't look best pleased in all fairness, but you know what? We said about it before how he's got that great footwork. He's great at dribbling. He just needed added goals to his game, and he's got 2 in 2 games. So, you know what? Fantastic player. Hopefully, we can keep hold of him for next season because he could be a real threat, and hopefully if we keep with Schumacher and we keep in this league, and we could be a real threat with him on the wing as well. Manouf on the other side of the wing, I thought it was fantastic. He obviously had that chance in the first half where, you know what, he probably should have slotted it away. Really good from Jun Ho, but you know what, I thought it was fantastic. That link up with Hoover as well as the midfield, really, really good. Cutting inside, making sure he's getting balls in the box, and you know what, I really enjoyed his performance. I really, really did. Fantastic winger, and it's so good because we said about, well, why have we brought a wing in January when there's other positions that kind of need filling? But a really, really good asset to the side, and hopefully he can trouble that lead side that, you know what, will be a bit more solid, but hopefully we can open them up. And then finally, on to Niall Ennis, a superb player. He didn't have to get his goal, and he had a superb performance. He really, really did. It's similar to that Jacob Brown role. I was a bit of a menace, making sure that he's running and really getting at that defence, and he did exactly that. Holding up the play, making sure that we move up the pitch nice and quickly, and I really enjoyed his performance. Of course, like Jun Ho, you'll love him to add goals to his game. He's already got one, hopefully many more. And you know what? I feel like he will score against Leeds. I've just got that sneaky feeling he will. Deserves all the plaudits that he's getting, and a great performance from him against Middlesbrough. So there we have it then. Quite a quick preview coming the way against Leeds. But you know what? I don't really see us chopping and changing. I don't see a reason for it to happen unless there's injuries. Because, of course, you've got players that maybe are a little bit injury prone, like Niall Ennis, who you don't want to risk him if he's got a little knock. But in all fairness, I don't see us changing the side. A superb game against Middlesbrough. Hopefully, we can carry on that form against Leeds, and I'll absolutely take a point. But until then, I'll see you next time.